It's week 4. You made it. Week 1, 2, and 3 has prepared you for this moment. So we're going to implement that balance. We are going to have you be a whole person, not just a mother. You're going to be a whole person who's also a mother. So let's get started. So this week focuses a lot on self-care. And I talk about self-care in terms of balance. So you have physical, emotional, spiritual, social, and mental. Those are the areas of your life. Remember that you have to have done the work in week 3, so you know what your priorities are and what you want balance to look like. So now we're going to implement that. Taking care of your physical needs is really important. The key here is it shouldn't be a punishment. A lot of times when we think about physical needs, we have to go to the gym so we can look better, or we have to do this diet so we can get slimmer. This is not what we're doing here. This is not something that I ascribe to. We move our bodies because we love our bodies, and it feels good to move and not be stagnant. We eat healthy food because it's an act of love. It nurtures our bodies. It keeps us full of energy so we can run after our children, or we can run on our run. We are taking care of our physical bodies because we love ourselves and we're being kind and caring to ourselves, not for punishment. So that's key. Walking, dancing, swimming, making a beautiful meal with lots of colors and then enjoying it. This is how we take care of our physical bodies. Yoga, maybe a good bath, a nice relaxing bath. These are ways that we can take care of our physical bodies. Okay, emotional. Emotional is a bit different because sometimes people don't know how to connect and take care of their emotional side. Journaling. I have a journaling prompt that I would like you all to do at the end of every night this week. So in addition to the regular journal that you've been doing, I have an extra journal prompt to help you really connect with your emotional self, your emotional being. So journaling, meditating, which we've been practicing, self-soothing, whatever that looks like for you. So I wanted to show you maybe some self-soothing that maybe you hadn't thought about. One way that you can self-soothe is take your palm in front of your mouth and blow like you have a straw. That sensation feels very good. Something else that you did, that I did a little bit last week, is you can bring your arms out wide and then bring your arms over and just give yourself a hug. And then maybe rock with it. And so we won't be uneven. Do that again and then do the other side. Self-soothing. You don't always have to pick up your phone or watch a mindless TV show to calm down. These are things that you can do, self-soothing, to calm down. Another thing is point your fingers and just rub behind your ears like this. This is a way to self-soothe. If you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? What does my body need? And maybe it needs that cool sensation of a breath. Maybe it needs a hug. Maybe it needs a little massage. Whatever it needs, I want you to cue in on that. And in spiritual, if you already have a religious practice, you can really hone in on that if that provides comfort to you. But you can also write your own loving, positive affirmations and say those to connect spiritually. I know for me, I felt the most connected to my higher power out in nature. So taking walks, getting some sunshine, a meditation practice, praying. These are all ways to connect to your spiritual side, your spirituality. So I want you to take care to do that. social, which has been so hard for us these days, being social because of COVID-19 pandemic. Hopefully people are still taking advantage of this course, and COVID is no longer a thing. But right now we're in the middle of COVID, and being social has been harder for the last 5 or 6 months. But I still think there's ways, even no matter what your regimens are, what you have going on, connecting with Zoom, connecting with others in the private Facebook group I have for the More Than a Mom's participants. Maybe if you're just in line at the grocery store 6 feet apart, extend the smiles with your eyes. Have small talk. Chat with no friend that you haven't spoken to in a while. These are all things you can do to connect, even if you're at home and you're being super safe. And mental. This is important because sometimes I think we forget we need to be stimulated mentally. And it's not about rushing to get it done. Here, it's just for the challenge. So picking up a book and reading for enjoyment, or learning a new language, and knowing that you don't have to have the new language learned in a month, but you're enjoying the challenge every day. Maybe picking up Duolingo. Maybe you always wanted to learn how to, do mental math, something just going to challenge your brain. So think about something that you want to learn, a new skill mentally, and then steady, no rushing, no pressure. Just, this is something I'm interested in, and I'm going to be a lifelong student in this. So you don't feel the pressure. And the journal prompts that I want you to pay attention to is, at the end of each day, I want you to say, I feel, I forgive, I celebrate, I release, and I trust. Do that every day. Do it with your children. Do it with your partner. I forgive, I feel, I forgive, I celebrate, I release, I trust. Get in a habit of doing that. That's going to help you realign and get ready. So, journal prompts this week. Are you ready? Okay. Who benefits from implementing balance in your life? Make a list. All the people. Maybe it's your kid's school. Maybe they're going to benefit, Maybe it's your partner. Maybe it's your children. Maybe it's your friends. Maybe it's your coworkers. Who's going to benefit from this? And just as important, what are the challenges going to be? Anytime you make a significant change, those around you are going to notice it. And there is a time, there may be, that although you feel better, it's going to take some adjustment. So a challenge may be that people around you have to adjust to your changes. So that might be a challenge for you. Getting everyone on the same page as you is something that you might have to adjust to. And that might be a challenge. What fears are holding me back from taking this next step into integrating myself? Name those fears. Fears have power because they stay inside and locked away. Release the power, write them down, look at them, and then sort facts from fiction. Is this fear an irrational fear or a true fear? Maybe a fear is, if I don't spend time taking care of all the other people in my life, I won't have purpose. Maybe that's a fear. Write it down and then decide how you can debunk or disprove that fear that you have. Or maybe acknowledge the fear and say, but me feeling whole and my kids seeing a whole mother is worth that fear. Another one is jot down self-care plan. I just went through that. And then how you're going to put it in your life. So jot down your self-care plan for each area in your life in accordance with your specific needs. Now, I need to be outside and connect outside. So that's something that I try to do at least once a day. I go outside and I feel the sun. That's important to me. Maybe that's not important to you. Remember, we talked about our needs are going to be different. So go through the self-care. See what areas are most important to your soul and you feeling connected, and write your plan based on that. Share your plan with other people to help you stay accountable, maybe some moms in the private Facebook group. But that part is pretty important. So write it down, make a plan. And now we have our affirmations. It's a lot this week because it's important, because we're almost there. I enjoy pleasures in all areas of my life. My emotions are free-flowing. It is my right to receive pleasure. I honor the body in which my soul resides. That's important, that physical, honoring your body, not punishing your body, honoring your body. I am a creative being. I deserve to enjoy life. I am peaceful inside, and I choose to be present over perfect. We are all imperfect people. We cannot be perfect. Being present is the next best thing. So, okay, so remember to do your guided meditation before you start your journaling. You have made it to week 4. You're here. After you're done with week 4, I really encourage you to go and write down everything you've learned about yourself during this 1 month of inner deep work. This is not hard stuff. It seems easy, but it's not easy. It's a lot of stuff you have to dig up and think about and take a moment. And really, it's a time commitment, which is why we break it up into weeks. So what have you learned about yourself? What are your biggest takeaways? I want to hear that. The private Facebook group. Reach out to me and tell me, what have you learned? What are you going to take away from this experience? Who you are today and who you are at the end. How are these women different? Share that with me. I'm so proud of you. I knew you would make it. The best thing about this is we change, we grow, we should. We're not stagnant people. So as you go into different stages of your life, you can redo this book, this workbook, this e-course. You'll always have access to the videos and audio. And of course, the download of the workbook is always here for you. You will always be more than a mother. Your value will always be rooted in who you are and not what you can do. And you're allowed to be a whole person. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through this journey. I really appreciate it. And I hope to hear from each and every one of you your success story. Okay. Until next time.